So yeah. So here's what I'm doing other than the Xanax is, well, first off, I mean, my heart rate, I think I actually have like a genuine thing, because if you go back a couple videos when I was talking, that happened too, when I had to go to the hospital a couple months back last year for just those heart problems I was having when I was driving back from Austin. Alright, I guess it was just chest problems, but I'm having those same chest pains now, but I think it's just because my heart has been beating like ridiculously. I mean, my heart, like if you could put something on my stomach, like I was laying there on the couch trying to play video games with like my phone on my stomach, and like you can see it like bump, like up and down, like that's how hard my heart was beating in my sleep while I was awake, no matter what. And I literally felt like I was going to have a heart attack, which is just adding to the anxiety and the attacks and it's really, really, really hard to dig yourself up out of. Also convincing yourself that you're not the only person having this experience is another thing is hard to pull yourself up out of. Once you actually get there. I mean, it sounds ridiculous when you just say it. I know that. But actually getting there in your brain, and when you walk around and you're looking at people and you're like, are you like really, are we doing this together, or is this just me? I mean, it's hard to get that out of your brain once you get it in. Luckily, I've found that the human brain is a very flexible, I don't feel like is the right word, but it's bendable. And as long as you're persistent, you can bend it. I mean, it's not like I disproved that I'm not the only one. It's just that, like, I'm at a point now where it's like, you know what, the fact is, I'm gonna die at some point. I'm going to die. I know that, because I've seen people before me die. And if I don't die, that'll be a whole crazy thing, and I'll deal with that when I get there, when I'm fucking 900, and I'm going, why am I still here? I must be the one making this up. But the fact is, I'm going to die at some point. So there's, I came to the conclusion, there's no reason to force it, because I'm gonna be forced out of here. I'm gonna be forced out of this existence at some point, regardless of whether or not I like it or not. So I think while I'm here, I'm going to try to create as much as possible. But yeah, I mean that's it. But yeah, I think I do generally. I have serious anxiety to the point where it was starting to manifest itself physically. And I would, like, you may see here, I have my little window open because I have all my windows open. Even when I'm driving now, I have my windows open because I'm making sure to get as much sunlight in as possible. And tomorrow, because the worst thing is waking up for me right now, like, because when I wake up, the medications have wore off and I'm in panic mode, and it takes a little while for them to set back in. So I think tomorrow what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to get up and like go for a walk and stuff while I wait for it to set in, just outside. But there's a lot of, here's what you got to understand. Happiness is such a built-in thing. It's not something you can think your way to. You can't think your way to happiness because you're just going to be thinking about happiness. Happiness is so built into us at a primal level, and that's something I've learned over the last 2 or 3 days. You cannot convince yourself to be happy. I mean, you can come to conclusions and theories about life that sound pleasant, but happiness, it's so built into you chemically, it seems like you have to let sunlight in. I don't know how many of you here watching this are new, but I've done tours of my apartment. I'm still going to do more. I keep adding to it. You guys should see my car, by the way. It's fucking amazing. But I just make sure I've always had my rooms completely black, the curtains, because I don't like sun coming in. I don't talk to anybody. I don't have any family besides my sister, who I talk to maybe every once in a while. I got to what had happened was, I mean, obviously the psychedelics too, but what had happened was my body had simply got to a point where it was like, Travis, look, I know you think that this is comforting, but the fact is you need, I'm drinking these now. I just went to the store and I bought a bunch of V8. I'm not eating any more like gross, greasy food like McDonald's or any of that. Because the last thing I had before I started having all the panic attacks was some Taco Bell, and the night before on the 14th. But just I'm completely done with fast food, at least for a long time. And I'm only, even though I've never been much of like a vegetable eater, I'm making sure to force them down. And if I can't, I'm just swallowing them like pills. And lots of V8, lots of nutritional drinks. But that's really what happiness is. It's so fucked up. Like, nature will give you happiness if you treat nature well. It's so... And it sounds ridiculous, and I always thought that I was better than that. I always thought that because I was aware of it, and I was aware of how easy it is to control a body, a human body, I always thought that I could just sort of work above it, because I was aware of it, and I could just sort of, I don't know, keep it in my mind what I need to do, and just, I know what I am doing. I don't know. You get my point. But you really need it. You even if you think it sounds like bullshit, I cannot explain it. When you open the blinds or whatever, and you move your curtains aside and you open your windows in the car and you like let the sun come in and you just let I don't even know what it's called. I mean, I know it's like vitamin D or whatever. Is it vitamin C? But just things like that. Not even just the sun, but just like I have a whole playlist here that's only uptune music. And since I have Apple TV, I can play it in my whatever's playing in my living or in my main room here in my bedroom. It'll play in the other room. So I make sure that every time I come home, the AC is off so it's not cold because I don't like walking into cold. And I make sure that the sun is coming in if it's not night, and that I have good music playing. And I also realized over the last couple days that music brings happiness in a way that's very subtle too. I mean, I get excited over extremely hardcore, crazy lyricism. Like, give me the mic and I bet that you talk is what you better do. And I bust it, I'll be flipping, I'm incredible, never get up a level, I'm a killer with the pedal to the better, yeah, edible, you got that so inevitable. You know what I'm saying? Like that fucking hardcore tech shit. That excites me, but it's not really happy because the fact is he's talking negatively. He's saying he's gonna kill niggas. You know what I'm saying? And while I'm excited and I love the artistry and his ability, and anybody's ability who's good at it, to work with syllables and words in really intricate ways, the happiness and the good feeling from the music comes from the sound of it. Like, it's not, I mean, because you gotta understand, words and shit are just things we make up. I mean, Saturn, Jupiter, these things they're not actually called that. They're just rocks in space that we here on planet Earth are deciding to refer to everything around us as. But that's only us. But there's something about sound, and I think I realized this on mushrooms. Well, I think thanks to mushrooms I've realized this is life has a sound to it. Life is being generated via sound, and you can, the sound of like a beat of a song and everything is so important to have around you, even if you're in like a depressed mood. I'm telling you guys, please, because I know there's a lot of people that are close to my position, if not in my position, hopefully not. But please know, even if you think that it's ridiculous, before you fucking kill yourself or anything, because this was a decision I made, was before I do anything, I'm going to try this. I was going to try, just give it a shot. Let the sun in, eat well, get involved in society, go out. Like, I've just been going out just for bullshit. I had to go get tape for some fucking curtains that I'm installing in the car. And it's like bullshit. Like, that's something you would get while going out to do whatever else, but it's like, it just gives me a reason to go outside and be in traffic and sort of just be there. And I'm happy now because I realize that I'm happy because I get to be in it and I get to be a part of it. I don't have to have like a certain thing happen to me for happiness to happen. I'm almost happy that I have problems now, because like whenever I have a problem happen, I like to know that I'm gonna have something to do, because that's, first of all, you gotta know that's the deepest meditation. Like, whenever you sorry, I have the hiccups. Whenever you notice that you're like focused on something hardcore, whenever you find yourself hardcore focused on something, like a video game or anything, and then like you pop yourself out of it and you're like, where the fuck, what was that about? Sometimes it even happens like just staring at a wall. You'll just get lost. That is true meditation. And that's living in the moment. The fear and stuff come, like your fear and all your anxieties and stuff come from worrying about shit that hasn't happened yet. If you just live in the moment, you have no choice, because like, it's like nature's going to give you happiness. Nature has its own way of, it's fucked up, it has its own way of giving you, and it's not even a brain level, it's like your body, and not like a drug. It's not like a drug feeling. It's like you just feel good. You feel brighter. And I've tried to artificially make that happen by pushing serotonin into my brain and dopamine and listening to just music and stuff. But the fact is, you have to participate in what nature knows is healthy, not what you think is healthy. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. But I'm almost thankful for the fact that I went through like that breaking point over the weekend, was because like now I truly appreciate like moments of clarity and moments of like I'm not getting mad at people on the street anymore, because it's like I'm just happy that I get to be there with them. I'm happy that I get to sit at the red light with you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm waving at people now, and like they're starting to wave back, and that's really nice. And that makes me feel really good. And there was a lady, you know what the fact is, I just have a lot of money. I inherited my mom's inheritance, but that she was supposed to have for another like 20 or 30 years, but she died early. So I'm just sitting here with a lot of fucking money. And you know what? I really don't spend it on much. But now I'm just like, I just gave like $20 to some bum on the street. And you know, whether or not those bums are lying about it or not, it's not even about the money that I'm giving to them, because I don't care. Luckily, I'm in a position where I don't have to work too hard for it, and it's just a disposable thing. But that's just sort of the way I open to them. It's just like, here. But now I want to, I make sure I let people know, like, dude, you're a fucking angel. Like, you are a carrier of this whole thing that we call consciousness. And it's so nice. It's so nice to be able to like make that connection with another human being, because people are too shut out. And I think a lot of things are going to get better once enough people realize that you're not just an individual machine. You are simply a slice of the whole machine. And not just humanity, I mean all of nature. Plants grow the way anything grows, anything that's alive, the way it grows is the same way we grow. I mean, you just got to participate in it. You can't avoid it. And if you participate in it, nature will reward you. It's so weird. It's so weird. But I like it. I like it for now. I mean, I'm sure I'm about to have another panic attack as soon as I close this video, but it's not going to be nearly as bad as the ones that I've been having because now I'm on Xanax. But yeah, I just ended up just like, my mind would not stop thinking about like the cosmos and fucking just consciousness and just crazy theories and stuff. But you just got to come to the conclusion that we don't know. I mean, there's so many theories. There's a lot of solid theories, but I think we're too inside of the box to be able to see the outside of the box. It's like blood. Like this. I don't know why this is the only analogy I can think of. But if you like blow a cloud of smoke in front of you, you can see it. But if you walk into it, you can't see it. You know what I'm saying? So, that's exactly what it's like. But you just gotta somehow just do your best to force your way into it. I mean, I was unable to get food in me. I was unable to do anything. I got to my lowest of low. Like I wanted to die not because I was sad. I wanted to die because I didn't want to be stuck in existence. Like that's how dark my brain was, and how like, and my body just days without food and just not being, and anything I would try to get down, I'd just throw up. There was a point where I was taking Lynn home, and I just puked all over my fucking car, and I just slammed the car into park, like, without it even coming to a stop. I barely pulled over to the side of the road. I was, like, holding up traffic and shit, and I found myself just laying outside of my car, just puke everywhere, all over myself, all over my car, just, it was so dark. And it was fucking cold, and I'm, like, laying there in my own sweat and puke and, like, just saliva and just holding everybody up, and it's like, you can't do that, guys. You really have to pull yourself up out of darkness, and nature will do it for you. You don't have to think it. You just have to let it. You have to give nature the opportunity to give it to you. Which sounds like such hippie bullshit. That's what it is, though. I'm not saying I'm, like, forever happy. I don't know. I'll probably be depressed tomorrow. But I'm good at being depressed. I'm really good at being depressed. It's the anxiety I'm not good at. The anxiety kills you. The anxiety, it makes your brain put you under, like, fucking turret fire. Like, you go under, like, assault. It assaults you from... It's fucked. It's fucked. If you do not have bright in your life. So, just do as much as you can to get that into you. And I'll see you guys later. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me on Facebook or whatever, or here. Later, guys.